Hey Trisha, so I wanted to make you a video that gives you a complete visual of what you need to be doing with Gracie to get her leash manners in order. This is a journey, so you're not going to do it in 1 day or 2 days. You need to be consistent with these steps in order to build her leash walking ability and your own leadership. You need to be paying attention to her. Your mind can't wander, and you need to be clear and direct with her and not conversational. So here's the first thing. When you walk out of the house, you make her wait before she comes out the door, and you release her to come out the door, which I think you do already. Now, before you start the walk, you're going to do some warm-ups that I'll show you in a second. But here's what I want you to understand. She has 2 gears when she's walking. One is the word here. And here means come close. It doesn't have to be a formal heel, but what you're going to do is you're going to choke up halfway or a little more than halfway on the leash. So you'll say here, like right now she wants, good girl, she wants that leaf. So notice that my hand goes from the long line to here, and then you hold that length while you're walking. So it's like a modified heel. It should not be tight, so anytime that the leash gets tight, you give her a little pop pop. So this is gear 1, here, where she walks along next to you. The other gear is break, and you give her the full leash. This is when she gets to pee and explore and just poke around. She gets to do whatever she wants to as long as she doesn't pull. When we need more control, step to your left, Deb. When we need more control, we bring her back to here. And then when we want to give her more freedom, break. So she has 2 gears. When you're walking her, you are going to move her from one here to break the other. You're going to just move her in and out in the course of the walk, just to keep her flowing, to give her freedom, and then to bring her brain back to you. Okay? 2 gears. Here and break. Now, before you start the walk, I want you to get her head in the game with the here command. So now I'm going to walk away from you a little bit, Deb. I'm going to do a back and forth with her.
You want me to stay
So
here?
actually, just stand where you are and follow me with the camera.
Okay.
You stay stationary.
All right.
Okay, so we're walking along. This is what you're going to do before you actually start it on the walk. You might just be in the cul-de-sac. You're going to let her wander a bit, and then you're going to do a sudden direction change. Here. And you walk away and you don't look at her. You let her catch up to you. Good girl. Here. See how I'm letting the lead and the harness just sort of surprise her. Here. See how she changed on run that time? Good girl. Here. See how I'm not having to pull it now. I'm warming her up and reminding her what the here cue means. So now we're just going to go for a little bit of a walk. I'm going to walk toward Deb, and you're just going to go straight walking backwards, Deb, down the street. Okay? So we start walking, and we always start with here. We always start her in this position, in the here position, because we have more control, and we want to set the tone for the walk. So we start in here, and we do it for a couple minutes, and then we say, break. As you can see, she knows what both of those words mean. She knows that break means she gets to go out and have a little freedom. Let's go, baby. So she's still in break. I'm giving her the full length of the line. If she starts to make that line tight by pulling, I'm going to give her a little leash check. But as you can see, this is not how you hold the leash, obviously. I just want you to see how comfy we are. Now, she's about to start pulling. Give her a little leash check. And there we go. If she keeps pulling, then I'll go, here, good girl. And I'll bring her back. And now, even with the short leash, we don't want it to be tight. So she's walking in here. I just want her close by. If I come up on something that's exciting, I'm always going to go for a short leash. The shorter the leash, the more control. So in the course of the walk, you're in the here, See, I didn't let her go over there. Here, break. And off she goes. And then we'll walk for a few minutes, and then I'll say, here. Putting her back in here doesn't have to be about correcting bad behavior. I'm moving her in and out so that her mind stays connected to me. And that's what I want you to do on the course of the walk. If she starts pulling, see, like right now, something has her really excited. So I'm gonna move away from that and say, here. So I just sort of move and create space between me and whatever it is that's got her attention. All right? Now I'm gonna turn back this way. And we're gonna let Deb get out of the street because we have cars coming. So as I let her sniff around, give her a few minutes to poke, and then I'm gonna call her back to me. I just say, let's go, which means let's start moving again. Let's go. Oh, hold on.
You have a bag?
Good girl, let's go. That was a pee.
Oh.
Here, good girl. So you see how she's looking up at me? That's what we want. Something over there has her interest, so I just create a bigger space cushion between me and whatever's distracting her. Good girl, here. Gracie, here, good girl. And we want this to be loose and comfortable again. Here, good girl, good girl. Good girl, then break. Good girl. So you can see how she's connecting with me. That's what we want on a walk. And you'll also notice that when she catches up to me and looks up at me, I always praise her. Okay? So, you're gonna go out for a walk. You're gonna make her wait at the door before you let her out of the house. You're gonna go into the cul-de-sac, and you're gonna do maybe 4 or 5 direction changes where you say the word here and get her head in the game. Then you're gonna proceed with the walk. You're gonna start the walk in the here position, short leash, and then through the course of the walk, you're gonna break, here, break, here. Okay? All right, we'll check in with you later.